The Lotus Evija is it's the most powerful electric car in the world. It has 2,000 horsepower, but maybe they've gone too far. Well, yeah, I think they have. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. The new Lotus, by the way, Lotus is now owned by Chinese conglomerate SAIC, or SAIC. So Lotus is no longer a British car brand, but they do make some impressive and expensive and very, very powerful electric cars. Hopes were very high for the Lotus AIAX at this year's Goodwood Festival of Speed, where it basically debuted. It has 2,000 horsepower and it ran the third fastest lap in Nürburgring history, giving it, well, you'd think it could do the Goodwood hill climb pretty damn fast. But a lot of people are now saying maybe they went too far. Maybe it just has too much power and it's basically uncontrollable. Now guys, to give you some context on this, the Lotus Evija, it did get around the Nürburgring. So, I mean, this thing is not completely undrivable. It did the track time around the Nürburgring in 6 minutes and 24 seconds. That's a production model, and it's the fastest for any production model vehicle ever in history. This thing is insanely fast. It's much, much faster than any other EV you've ever heard of. So how fast is it? Well, it has 2,011 horsepower, 1,257 pound-feet of torque, and apparently it's street legal. It also has 4 electric motors and only a 70 kilowatt hour battery pack. That means it can do 0 to 62 miles an hour in about 2 seconds, but it can get from 62 miles an hour to 124 miles an hour in under 3 seconds. That's where it's just insanely fast. Apparently getting from 124 miles an hour to 186 miles an hour takes less than 4 seconds. It has a top speed of 218 miles an hour. It's the fastest electric car ever made. In fact, it's possibly the fastest production car the world has ever seen. But like I said, you've got to be a damn good driver to keep this thing on the road. In fact, after only a very short distance, it was basically smashed to pieces. The AIAX took part in the first day of a timed shootout. So it was being timed. That's what maybe a bit more pressure on the driver. This was at this year's Festival of Speed, which kicked off on Thursday. And anyway, we don't know who drove this vehicle. But it did do 2 runs involving Canadian-born British GT driver Scott Maxwell. So actual race car drivers were driving it. As soon as it got the green flag, though, the AIAX left the line in a cloud of smoke. So maybe the driver was trying to show off, but yeah, 2,011 horsepower, smoking all 4 tires. I don't think I've ever seen a car smoke all 4 tires like this before. After just a couple of seconds, the AIAX speared straight off the road into hay bales, and it obviously just crushed the whole front of the car. What caused the car to so extremely drive off the track? Well, interestingly, there is a Lotus Electric SUV that you can buy. When that was tested by Matt Watson from CarWow, he had a similar experience. The car was trying to spear itself off the road when it was just driving a straight line. Anyhow, Lotus uses an alignment with extreme negative camber on this vehicle. This could lend to traction to the outer wheels as soon as the car began to spin, say some experts, combined with traction management not optimized for these kinds of speeds and a visible crown to the road. Even a pro racing driver could be caught out, says numerous experts apparently, saying, give them a break. The AIAX driver he was okay, but they did apply counter steer. That didn't do enough, obviously. So guys, yeah, as you can see, this vehicle was destroyed. I personally don't understand why you would want 2,011 horsepower. I just drove an EV in China that had 1,200, just over 1,200 horsepower. That was insane. They can do 0 to 62 miles an hour in 2 seconds. I think more important than having that insane amount of power would be to potentially just try and reduce the weight of the car, make it possibly handle better. That might actually improve the experience for owners. I mean, realistically, how many, multi-millionaires or billionaires who can afford a car like this, how many of them could actually drive a vehicle with this kind of power? Anyway, what do you think? Thanks for watching.